Welcome everyone to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Tonight, site of an important ACC football game and the perpetuation of a meaningful and emotional tradition here on the Boston College campus. Tonight, Malik Rozier returns as the starting quarterback for Miami after losing that job a month ago. BC has played its last 2 games without star running back AJ DIllion. He returns from an ankle sprain tonight for the 5th annual Red Bandana game, played in honor of an American hero, Welles Crowther.
When I heard the news that the tower had come down, I knew in my heart of hearts that Welles was gone.
I still weep every day for my son, at some point of every day.
Without him, I wouldn't be here. He saved my life.
This symbol of absolutely the most pure form of compassion and love. It's all right here in this red bandana.
He represents what BC is all about, service for all. He laid his life down to save others. That's what it's all about, and it was really impactful to our team. All right, guys, take a knee right here.
Great job, guys.
Such an honor and a thrill for our football program to have the Crowthers here, to give them a game ball. This game means an awful lot to our program. The sacrifices that Welles made for our country.
We're so proud of every one of you, every one of you. So thank you so much.
The Boston College community proud of Jefferson and Allison Crowther's son forever. So many people far beyond this campus will be grateful to Welles forever. The former lacrosse player and 1999 BC grad lost his life while saving at least a dozen others. His trademark, a red bandana, he carried it with him every day from age 6. Coach Steve Addazio spoke passionately about one of the mottos spoken frequently here at BC: men and women for others. He wants his players to live a life of service. He's told them nobody could ever embody that more than Welles Crowther did. And the Eagles take the field for a very important game. They're 5-2, their best start through 7 games in Addazio's 6 years as head coach. Tonight from Alumni Stadium, an ACC battle. Miami and Boston College in the same conference, but they haven't met since 2012. Each 5-2 overall. They're in opposite divisions of the ACC, both with title hopes. Boston College 2-1 in league play, trailing Clemson, but the Tigers come here in November. Miami at 2-1 with a win tonight would move into a tie for the Coastal League with Virginia and Virginia Tech. Hi everyone, welcome to Boston College on this special night. I'm Sean McDonough along with Todd Blackledge. Delighted to have you with us. Joined in just a moment by Holly Rowe. Todd, we're excited every weekend when we get to broadcast college football. Tonight I think everybody on our crew, I know everybody on our crew, deeply honored to pay tribute to a great American hero and be a part of this special night.
Every now and then we get to do a game where it just feels bigger than the X's and O's, and tonight's one of those games. I know for me, I've done a lot of reflecting this weekend as a man, reflecting what would I do if I was in the same shoes that Welles Crowther was in, and then as a dad of 4 boys, how would I feel if my son had done something as admirable and courageous as Welles Crowther did? So special night.
And with an eye on the football game, an important game for each team, as we just noted. For Miami, they go back to Malik Rozier, their starting quarterback last year. At the beginning of this year, they played N'Kosi Perry the last 3 games, but they've gone back to Rozier, the 5th-year senior, tonight.
Yeah, I think they feel like his experience, his maturity can be the answer for him to lead the way. They've been very good on defense, inconsistent on offense, and Malik's numbers have not been great, but the one number that matters the most, pretty good. He's 14-4 as a starting quarterback.
And when Miami's on defense, job one, tackling this man, AJ DIllion. It's not easy to do. Out the last 2 games with the ankle. They're not sure about his status tonight, but he's going to give it a go.
Yeah, he's looked good running in practice, but he hasn't been tackled in 4 weeks. That's the big question. But this guy is special because he's a combination of 3 things. Number 1, power. He runs with great physicality at 250 pounds. He has very quick feet in the hole, so he can make people miss quickly. And then on top of that, he has legitimate top-end speed to run away from people when he gets to the second level of the defense.
As we head down to the field, Holly Rowe, was clear both coaches wanted to make sure the players knew about the meaning of tonight's game.
That's right, Sean. Steve Adazio from Boston College said every new year he wants to make sure his players understand the meaning of this game. So he starts early in the week. Every day he tells them a little bit more. And today he showed a video from Welles Crowther's parents to the team to make sure they understand just what it is that they're playing for tonight. And I spoke with their quarterback, Anthony Brown. He told me that that day Welles Crowther went back in when he didn't have to. This is a significant remembrance. Zach Allen said that he is the epitome of a BC man. He acts with integrity. He served others. And even Mark Richt, the Miami coach, said that he talked to his team about the importance of this Red Bandana game. He said Welles Crowther was a real American hero. I wanted my guys to know about it. He said, I believe we can be inspired too. Sean?
All right, thank you, Holly. There's Zach Allen, outstanding defensive end for Boston College. Mark Richt in his third season as head coach at his alma mater. Terrific a year ago, 10 wins. Was the ACC Coach of the Year. They started the season ranked number 8 in the country and have just fallen out of the top 25 after their loss in their last game at Virginia. Both teams off a bye week. Sparse crowd as we get started here on a chilly night. And there is another sporting event going on in the country tonight the folks in Boston are interested in. We'll see if the World Series impacts the crowd. Boston College won the toss and deferred, so Danny Longman's kickoff brought back by DJ Dallas across the 25-yard line. So here's Malik Rozier, fifth-year senior out of Mobile, Alabama. Todd noted the record as a starter, 3-1 this year in the first 4 games of the year. Last year led them to that 10-win season, but the season ended poorly.
Yes.
To the point, Todd, where he had to earn his job again in spring practice.
Yes. Well, I would expect Mark Richt to call some easy throws for him early in this game. Try to get him comfortable right away as the starting quarterback again.
6'1", 212-pounder. He's a dual threat, can hurt you with his feet. Travis Homer's their leading rusher. And he's ahead for 3 to the 30-yard line. Zach Allen, the first of many tackles he'll make tonight, the senior from New Canaan, Connecticut. And the Canes get up to the line quickly. Both teams expect to see some different looks from the other with the benefit of the bye week for each. Boston College blitzes straight up the middle. Well picked up. Rozier on target. And Lawrence Cager doing everything he could, but could not get away from Hamp Cheevers. He's very near the first down. And on the far sideline, they're moving the chains. It is a first down, according to the officials, at the 37-yard line.
That's going to be a battle all night for these BC corners. They're both tough kids, but not very big. And Cager, a very big physical wide receiver.
3 receivers spread the formation. Here's Travis Homer, powerful running back at 205 pounds, taken down by Max Richardson after a gain of 3 to the 40.
Miami's last game, they lost to Virginia, and if you take out a 70-yard run by Travis Homer, they averaged under 3 yards per carry. So Mark Richt very interested in trying to get that running game off to a faster start tonight.
BC creeping up toward the line of scrimmage. Expect to see a number of blitzes from Boston College tonight. There's the linebacker Max Richardson again, stuffing the run for no gain. 3rd down and 7.
Sometimes you blitz to rush the passer. Sometimes you blitz to stop a run. That was a run blitz, perfectly timed by Max Richardson in the hole.
Miami going very quickly. Didn't look like BC was completely lined up on defense, but they stopped the play short of the first down. Brevin Jordan, the talented freshman tight end, knocked out of bounds by Will Harris.
Now this BC defense has some NFL prospects on it. Zach Allen with the defensive end, and that guy right there, Will Harris, who made that play. 6'2", 210-pound senior, captain, very physical, rangy guy. Stopped Brevin Jordan short of the first down.
There's Zach Fiegels to punt, to a dangerous return man, Michael Walker. Last year he led the nation in combined kickoff and punt return yardage, and he leads it this year as well. Very high. Bounce just outside the 20. And good work by Fiegels, the son of Jeff Fiegels, long-time outstanding NFL punter and a Miami alum. So here comes Boston College on offense for the first time tonight, led by the redshirt sophomore from Cliffwood, New Jersey, Anthony Brown. And like Rozier, a guy who can hurt you with his feet as well. 59% completions this year. And Eagle fans delighted to see AJ DIllion lined up for the first snap. And they get him started right away. Tripped up at the 37-yard line. Maybe a touchdown saving tackle by the safety Sheldrick Redwine.
All the tight formation suggested inside run, but again, DIllion has top end speed, so if you don't pursue the edge, he's going to go.
He is a legit 4.5 40 runner, according to Brian White, the veteran running back coach. He got stopped that time for a loss by the outstanding safety Jaquan Johnson, one of the best in the country.
The thing I'm curious to see is how does he handle low tackles?
Brown on the rollout, on target for a first down. Out to the 48-yard line, Tommy Sweeney, the tight end. They love the tight ends. They play multiple tight end sets throughout.
They play multiple tight ends, and they also run with tempo. That's very unusual. Most teams that play tempo use 3, 4, 5 wide receivers.
Now, this is a pro-style power offense that goes quickly. It's unique. Kobe White on the end around, taken down by Zach McLeod. Loss of 1 on the play. McLeod, part of that group of 3-year starters at linebacker, one of the best cores in the country, for Manny Diaz, the defensive coordinator.
The guy that BC has to be concerned about right there, Gerald Willis, number 9.
He's had a tremendous first half of the year. Screen to the near side. Poor Abadrizi, another one of those tight ends, with his 6th catch of the year, and it's another Boston College first down.
That's BC's pass offense. It all goes off of their run. It's play action, it's bootleg, it's screen, but it all begins with that power run game.
Travis Levy in at running back. They set up a screen to Sweeney. He got spun around down at the 39-yard line in the arms of Romeo Finley. Outstanding defense for Miami this season. 2nd in total defense behind only Michigan, best in the country on 3rd down and tackles for loss. And the turnover chain out in full effect again. They said they'd go into the bag of tricks. Smith, the former quarterback, back to Anthony Brown, showing his running abilities down inside the 15.
Jeff Smith was a former quarterback, transitioned to wide receiver in 2016. This is not uncomfortable for him. He looked very smooth throwing that ball back to Anthony Brown. And then Anthony Brown showing that he can run with the ball in his hand.
Smith started 3 games at quarterback for the Eagles in 2015. Michael Walker inside the 10, a gain of 3. And again, they line up quickly.
Yeah.
Steve Adazio said, we're going to go as fast as we can possibly go.
Well, now that they have substituted, it will slow it down enough for Miami to match personnel if they want. But again, they use multiple tight ends. Right now they have 3 of them in the ball game, but they're still trying to play up tempo.
They can move them around as fullbacks and H-backs. Ray Martin is the fullback, number 86. Brown running out of room. Throws it away, it appeared, at the feet of AJ DIllion.
And this is the first 3rd down play that BC has faced. They've done a good job of converting on 1st and 2nd down. Again, Miami best in the country on 3rd down, and this one they can still get a first down without scoring a touchdown here.
There's 20.8% the opponents on 3rd down against Miami. That leads the country. Way better than 40% on defense last year for Miami, which was 75th. It's been an emphasis from day 1 of fall practice. Brown, touchdown, Jeff Smith. And Boston College, an impressive opening drive. for the extra point for the Eagles. And it's good. Jeff Smith threw a completion on that 88-yard drive and then scored the touchdown, his second receiving touchdown of the year. Eagles on top, 7-0 on Red Bandana night on the Heights. From Chile Alumni Stadium, beautiful Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, about 6 miles from downtown Boston. Red Bandana night in honor and memory of Welles Crowther and his parents here, as always, on Red Bandana night, Allison and Jefferson Crowther. Here's DJ Dallas bringing back the Danny Longman kickoff. And he's across midfield and well into Boston College territory. Although now it looks like they're going to mark him out. Back at the BC 45-yard line. Will Harris saved the touchdown for Boston College. And a 52-yard kickoff return by DJ Dallas. His longest of the season, longest of the year for the Miami Hurricanes. He'll split time at running back with Travis Homer. He's catching his breath on the sideline. They marked it now at the 44. Malik Rozier swings it out. All kinds of running room for Homer. And he's down inside the 27-yard line. A gain of 17 for Miami. Isaiah McDuffie, the tackle.
Really nice read by Rozier, not forcing it downfield, dumping it off to Homer, and a missed assignment inside somebody with the BC defense.
And that's unusual. They've played outstanding defense this year. Pass deflected and almost intercepted. Intended for D. Wiggins. And Hamp Cheevers had his eyes on it. He's already picked off 4 this year.
Well, this has to be a catch if Wiggins. It's a little bit behind him, but he's stumbling a little bit out of his break. It's almost intercepted, and Rozier took a big hit from Zach Allen right as he got rid of the football, but that is a ball that should be caught.
These two teams tied for the ACC lead in interceptions, 11 apiece. They're also tied for the lead in sacks. They couldn't get Rozier, and now he shows off his running ability down to the 16-yard line, a pickup of 11 and a first down.
I thought last year when Malik Rozier was playing his best, he was doing this. He was running the football, some on third down, some by design, some just when the pocket broke down. And that's a valuable asset when you get into this part of the field if your quarterback has the good instincts as a runner. It makes it that much more difficult for an aggressive defense like BC.
There's N'Kosi Perry, the redshirt freshman who started the last 3 games. Rozier replaced him early in the second quarter in their last game at Virginia. Quick pop up the middle. DJ Dallas about 8 more. And Miami looking to answer the Boston College score midway through the quarter.
Really nice response so far by Miami. And I think the offensive line, they've used different combinations. They've had some inconsistent play up there, but so far in the ball game, doing a nice job protecting their quarterback and opening up some running lanes for Travis Homer and DJ Dallas.
Rozier, design quarterback run, and Boston College ready for it. And then a little late polish by Max Richardson along the sideline. McDuffie had him wrapped up, and Richardson finished him off.
Richardson is a physical kid who can really run and hit. You see right towards the end of the play, still in play, but hit him high. That's you got to be careful hitting up into that area, that head and neck area.
3rd and 7, they can get a first down at the 6. A BC blitz. Rozier with time. Back corner of the end zone. Darrell Langham.
They're saying he was
incomplete.
out. Boy, tremendous effort again. This is going to be the challenge for BC in this part of the field. And I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't get reviewed. Throw to those big receiver against the smaller cornerbacks. Langham goes up for the football.
Oh, he's in. Man,
the right foot was in if he had control of the football.
the right foot is in. Does he have possession
The
of the
ruling
ball?
on the field is an incomplete pass. The play is under review. After review, the receiver had possession of the ball, and his right foot came down in the end zone. Therefore, touchdown.
Of 13 yards, Rozier to Darrell Langham. Fifth-year senior to fifth-year senior, the second touchdown of the year for Langham.
I think it's a credit to the character of Malik Rozier, too. He could have packed it in when he got replaced a couple weeks ago.
That seems to be the trend.
He's a fifth-year senior. It's his last go-round, and he stayed ready. And he obviously looks ready to play tonight.
Bubba backs at the extra point. And we asked him how he felt about being replaced. He said, well, I'm in my 5th year, so I can't transfer out. But at least that possibility had crossed his mind if it had been an option. Exciting start to this important ACC game here in Boston. Every incoming student here at BC is given a red bandana and told the story of Welles Crowther when they arrive on campus. Bubba backs us kickoff to Michael Walker, and he's chopped down to the 24. And BC goes quickly now in a tie game. Anthony Brown put it into traffic and is very lucky that one didn't get picked off. Instead, it's a catch.
Yeah, unbelievably so. It's a catch. The throw was late and kind of back towards the middle, and Jaquan Johnson, who is
The ruling on the field is a completed pass.
the best player on this Miami defense, it literally goes right through his arms.
I'm not sure anybody in the crowd realized Chris Garrison caught it either. There really was very little cheering. BC comes back quickly. Here's Jeff Smith, the versatile athlete, knocked out at the 50. Sheldrick Redwine, the safety's been busy already.
The corners for Miami and their coverage guys, they are going to win the matchup on the perimeter with the wide receivers from BC. So BC has to do a lot of different things creative-wise to get the ball to the perimeter and spread the football around other than just AJ DIllion.
This could be a pass as well. They said they were going into the bag of tricks, and they do it successfully again. Smith to Travis Levy inside the 20-yard line. Trajan Bandy the tackle, a gain of 30.
Well, this is the second time now we've seen it. They fake to Levy. It's Jeff Smith again, the former quarterback. He waits for Levy to clear on the go route, and another big play.
The fake to AJ DIllion. And the pass over the head of Cora Bedrezy. Jeff Smith might want Anthony Brown's job. He might say, give me that quarterback job back. I can still sling it with the best of them.
Well, the thing I loved about him on both of those plays is there was no panic. That one he had to wait. He had to wait for Levy to clear the defense, and he didn't panic, and he stood in there and made a nice throw.
Under center, Brown. AJ DIllion uses that speed to turn the corner. At 250 pounds, he can move, and he's a yard short of the first down.
And see, that's what you don't normally see a running back do to a Miami defense. So Miami's got tremendous speed on their defense. DIllion was able to get to the edge and turn the corner on this very fast defense.
So they bring in David Bailey. Steve Dazio calls a thumper. He's another 250-pounder. Not quite as fast as DIllion, but strong and tough. And the BC coaches said, we want to see if Miami wants to tackle these two 250-pound backs for 4 quarters on a 40-degree night.
Right. And that's going to be the challenge, because as long as the game is close, then BC is going to stay with that plan of continuing to slam the football in there with these big backs and then going play action off of the run.
First and goal from outside the 5. Bailey, true freshman, did a nice job helping fill the void when DIllion was out for those 2 games with the ankle injury. In fact, Bailey rushed for over 100, 112 in their last game, the win here against Louisville.
We have to wonder also with AJ DIllion, even if he's 100% healthy, even if the ankle feels good, his conditioning, game conditioning, they're going to have to try to keep him fresh for the entire game.
Injured in a game against Temple just less than a month ago. Brown wanted to pass, but has all kinds of running room, and a go-ahead touchdown for Boston College. At 88 28-yard touchdown drive to start the game. Now a 77-yarder capped on a 5-yard run by the quarterback Brown.
Really nice read by Anthony Brown. His left tackle, Aaron Montero, did a beautiful job just taking Joe Jackson up the field on that speed rush and left a big void to the left, and Anthony Brown saw it and took advantage of it. Watch Anthony Brown see things open up to his left. Joe Jackson, number 99, upfield rush, big gap, and an easy walk-in touchdown for Anthony Brown.
Danny Longman kicks off. DJ Dallas, a nice return last time. And another good one.
But right now, Mark Richt's got a pretty hot guy in Malik Rozier, and I don't think he wants to mess with him.
35-yard kickoff return. This might be a double pass. DJ Dallas trying to give BC a taste of its own medicine. And the receiver, D. Wiggins, got ripped down.
Yeah, now I thought that could have been a pass interference easily, but if Will Harris would have known where the football was, it would have been an easy interception. Because DJ Dallas got hit or the ball got tipped right as it was thrown.
That's why there's no flag.
Okay, there's the tip. That's why there's no flag, and that's why the ball looked like a punt. And if Will Harris would have known where the football was, that was an easy possible interception for BC.
Kevin Bletzer, the linebacker, deflected it. BC showing blitz again. An aggressive defense coordinated by Jim Reed. His 45th year of college coaching. DJ Dallas stopped by Coach Reed's defense at the 41-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Zach Allen, the first one there. I mean, this guy is a big guy, 6'5", 285 pounds. And you normally don't see a defensive lineman get the numbers of tackles that he has. He had 100 tackles last year, kind of on the same kind of pace again in 2018.
And pressure. Homer with work to do. And he didn't quite get there. Did well to get within 2 yards of the line to make. Tajamir Torres, the cornerback, tripped him up, and now Mark Richt will have a decision to make on 4th down and 2. And after some consideration, the punt team comes out. We approach a minute and a half to go in the opening quarter.
As good as Mark Richt knows his defense has been this season, they're not off to a great start against BC tonight. So that's why he's saying, I'm not going to give him a short field if we don't convert here. Let's punt the football and make BC go the long way.
So the kind of field position you sometimes see a fake. Fiegels is going to kick it away. Out of bounds inside the 20. AJ DIllion carries for a yard. Michael Jackson made the tackle. We asked Steve Adazio where he came up with this. As you said, it's unique. Power, pro-style football, but up-tempo. Most of these college up-tempo teams are spread teams. BC was a spread team when he first got here. They really were trying to find an identity. There's a completion to Hunter Long, redshirt freshman. And Steve, when he was at Florida as a coordinator, they played against Oklahoma. He admired how they had a power running game, but could still play up-tempo, heard you with the run and the pass. He talked a lot to Kevin Wilson, then the offensive coordinator. And this works for them. They're a school where they can recruit tight ends. They've had great tight ends throughout the years.
They feel like they can recruit big offensive linemen, multiple tight ends, and a couple guys that can throw the football.
Long limped off. They're very deep at tight end. And there's another, Jake Burt, a junior from just up the road on the North Shore of Boston in Linfield, Mass. His 4th catch of the year.
Well, Scott Leffler's doing a great job calling the game right now as a play caller. A lot of throws on 1st down. He said he wants to avoid 3rd down against this defense because that's when they really make their move. And they have done a great job of throwing on early downs and not putting too much pressure on Anthony Brown.
That's the end of the first
and he's playing with confidence right now.
Been a beautifully called game by Leffler. Against the 2nd best defense in the country in total yardage coming in. Boston College, 209 yards in the 1st quarter. Well, during the break between quarters, Boston College honoring the 1983 team led by Doug Flutie, who a year later would win the Heisman Trophy. That was the legendary coach Jack Bicknell. Looks great at age 80.
I'll tell you what, I remember that guy in 1982, the year we won the national championship on this field. Doug Flutie threw for 560 yards against our defense. We won the game, but he was unbelievable.
Well, you weren't there in 83, were you?
Nope.
BC won. That was part of their 9-win season, for which they're being honored tonight. They went to the Liberty Bowl that year. Tommy Sweeney, the intended receiver. Romeo Finley broke it up, and really the game that everybody remembers in this rivalry, and this is the 30th meeting, was the next year.
Yes.
The Flutie to Phelan Hail Mary to give BC the upset on the last play of the game down at the old Orange Bowl. DIllion in trouble. Out of trouble, and almost into the end zone. First and goal, Boston College. A magnificent run by the sophomore from New London, Connecticut.
We talked about how he has quick feet in the hole. This takes quick feet to change directions the way he's doing at 250 pounds. That's a special talent that AJ DIllion has. He turned a negative yardage play into a big-time play inside the 5.
Preseason player of the year in the ACC, just showed you why. David Bailey steps in for him. DIllion didn't become a starter until the middle of last season, mid-October. Since then, in games he started, he's averaged 159 yards per game. That is far and away the leading number in the country.
When he plays, BC is automatically better. Their numbers all go up, and right here, even if you fake it to him, your quarterback might walk in for his second touchdown.
And DIllion, I think he stumbled a bit taking the handoff, and he lost a couple. Good penetration up front by that Miami defensive line.
Miami defense has their back against the wall right now. Michael Pinckney, one of those veteran leaders, with the tackle there. Third down situation here. Miami's trying to force a field goal attempt.
Miami had been giving up 237 yards per game for Manny Diaz, second best in the country, behind only Michigan. Boston College has 274 already. 2 long touchdown drives and trying for another. Brown, plenty of time, and incomplete. Tried to get it to Kobe White. Michael Jackson had the coverage.
Well, Michael Jackson's an outstanding cover guy. It was the same kind of thing. I think if Anthony Brown would have looked a little bit deeper, he had his tight end wide open, but he opted to go to White instead. Watch back here. Watch the tight end wide open. Sweeney, if he would have just looked a little deeper, he'd have had another touchdown pass. Misread that one, and Miami gets the stop on third down.
I mentioned they've only tried 3 field goals all year. Lichtenberg 2 of them. He's made both of them. This is a little more than an extra point, and it's good. That was a 21-play drive for Steve Adazio's Boston College offense.
A mysterious man wearing a red kerchief was calling out, basically setting up a triage. The minute I saw the reference to the red kerchief, I went, oh my God, Welles, I found you.
It was nearly 8 months after 9/11 that Allison Crowther read that article and realized the heroic role her son played in rescuing so many in the South Tower of the World Trade Center on that horrible day. Jefferson and Allison Crowther saluted by the crowd on Red Bandana night during the commercial break. Danny Longman kicks off. BC leading by 10. DJ Dallas, though, has been a pain in the neck for the kickoff coverage unit of Boston College. Another good one of 30. Here's Holly Rowe.
Well, I'm here with Welles Crowther's parents, Allison and Jefferson, and you know, you're out there and the crowd is on their feet cheering for you, and I saw you just with this tender hug to each other. What does this mean that they are keeping your son's spirit alive here?
It's just such a beautiful thing for us, for our whole family. Welles loved being at Boston College, every moment of it. He still has dear friends that still surround us and support us. remembering Welles, and the university's been just tremendous in carrying on Wells's story and legacy.
I know people at home might be thinking, why the red bandana? And Dad, you have this story, don't you? You gave him that for a very special reason. Why?
Well, he was a little guy, and we were getting dressed for church. And I had on my suit, and in my suit pocket, I had a nice, crisp, white handkerchief, you know, folded neatly and so forth. And Wells said, Daddy, can I have one of those for my suit? And he had a, you know, little Eton suit that Allison had gotten him. And I said, of course you may. I went into my bureau and I got out a white handkerchief. Just on a whim, I picked up a red, I had bandanas, red and blue. I picked up a red bandana and I brought it with me also. And I said, okay, Wells, pardon me. I folded up the white one nice and neatly and I put it in his breast pocket. I said, that's for show. The red one, I said, you're gonna put in your back pocket, and that's for blow, when you have to blow your nose. You know, or wipe up the spill, or, you know, somebody's unhappy and crying and you want to give them something to wipe their eyes with. That's what you do. And he said, okay, and that was it. But, you know, with him, he had it always with him, and he wore, when he played sports, he tied it around his forehead so that the perspiration wouldn't get in his eyes. He was in high school, he was a big ice hockey player and lacrosse player. Here at BC, he was 4 years as lacrosse, varsity lacrosse, but he always wore that red bandana.
Well, it's beautiful to see that spirit kept alive. You did a quick message before the game to the team. What did you say in your video, Allison?
Oh gosh, I said, well, we're so proud of the team and how they play, and the athletics are very important, but to us more important even is the good sportsmanship and how they play together as a team and always conduct themselves as gentlemen on and off the field.
Well, thank you. They told us your son was the epitome of a BC man, and we appreciate you sharing his memory with all of us. Thank you.
Others. BC grads, BC people are men and women for others, and Wells was a man for others. No question.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Ultimately so. That is one of the mottos here. Men and women for others. He couldn't do more for others than Welles Crowther did. And the players here very familiar with it. Anthony Browntodd told us, I knew the story of Welles Crowther even before I ever came to Boston College. But they are reminded of it frequently. Nifty drive here now for Miami for the nice mix of run and pass. 3 runs by Travis Homer and a couple of big completions.
Malik Rozier continues to stay hot. Nothing flashy, but 7 of 8 for 67 yards and the 1 touchdown. Very methodical on offense.
They've had a nice mix of play calling. Mark Richt calls the plays himself, the head coach. Brevin Jordan, this reception, Hamp Cheevers knocked him out of bounds, but it's a first down for the Canes on the move with 6 minutes to go in the half.
The Miami offensive line, which has had some games where they've given up sacks and tackles for loss, has been pretty solid tonight. Again, they're starting a true freshman, DJ Scaife. This is his 2nd start at right tackle, number 51.
Well, they think the future is bright on the offensive line with guys like Scaife. They have other young players who Mark Richt told us before the season, when they get in, get experience, it'll be the kind of line that you really want to have if you're going to be a national championship contending team.
Well, here they are at the part of the field now where those big receivers against the smaller cornerbacks comes into play again. Lawrence Cager, 18, Darrell Langham, 81. They're the 2 wideouts on both sides of the field right now for Miami.
After the 5-yard run by Rozier, 2nd and 5, Miami from the 11. DJ Dallas got hit hard and taken down by Vinny DePalma, true freshman backup linebacker out of Wayne, New Jersey.
Very aggressive run fill that time by DePalma. This BC team has a lot of linebackers. They rotate a lot of guys in there in that front 7. Big time play that time by DePalma.
Well coached by Bill Sheridan, longtime NFL linebacker coach. Wildcat with DJ Dallas now. He turns the corner and scores a Miami touchdown.
Really a nice job by Brevin Jordan right here and Travis Homer. Watch those two guys seal the edge, and then the patience of DJ Dallas. He waits, and he allows those two blocks to get set, and then turns the corner for the touchdown. Really well executed by the tight end and the running back leading the way. That was an impressive Miami drop.
And they needed it because this vaunted defense hasn't stopped Boston College yet. Bubba Baxa just slides one inside the right upright. The big surprise, 299 yards of offense for Boston College in the first half against a defense that gives up 60 yards fewer than that per game. Here's Holly.
Well, Coach, the very first play of the game, you handed it off to AJ DIllion. What has his return done to impact your team in this first half?
Well, obviously, you know, he energizes you, and you have one of your great players come back in and make a presence back on the field. He's playing fantastic tonight, really playing with great determination and courage.
You told us you wanted to play wide out, wide open.
Right.
What gave you the courage to go for all the trick plays early in this game?
Told you we were going to do that. You know, we prepared for those, and we got more to go. So we're going to keep playing the way we're playing right now, and just keep hammering away at this thing.
Thank you, Coach.
All righty, take care.
We thank Steve for the tease to stay tuned for more fun to come in the second half. Always fun back in the studio with Joey and Jesse. Here's Adney. First meeting between these two ACC rivals since 2012, and a good one, brought to you by Outback Steakhouse. It's ESPN's college football primetime from Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Bubba Baxa kicks off, and it's a touchback as Michael Walker took a knee. And we welcome you back, Sean McDonough, along with Todd Blackledge, rejoined by Holly Rose Shorley. What are your thoughts as we head toward the second half?
I was just really impressed with what BC was able to do offensively. I mean, they did things that nobody's done to Miami. They almost have 300 yards already after one half of football. They averaged 6.1 yards per play. Coming in, Miami only giving up 3.8 yards per play, one of the best in the country. So I was very impressed with their mix of run and pass, their early down success. I would expect Miami defensively here in the second half to become a little bit more aggressive. I think they'll crowd the line of scrimmage more. I think we'll see Redwine and Johnson, the two safeties, in blitz situations a lot more here on early downs.
BC, as you saw, 294 in offense in the first half. The season high given up by Miami in any game for a game is 334 in their win at Toledo. Only two teams have had more than 300 yards of offense. BC coming up on that. Ray Martin the catch a moment ago. Holly with Mark Richt.
Well, Coach, Malik Rozier has been really good in the first half, but he just came out of the locker room limping a little bit. What's your expectation for him in the second half?
He'll play good. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with him.
Okay, what do you want to do to get a few more explosive plays going?
Well, I don't know if that's what the game's going to turn out to be. I think we just got to move the ball. I mean, we're down by 3. We don't know if we need explosive plays right now. We need to execute.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
AJ DIllion off and running out to the 46, an explosive play of 20. So he says they can win, I guess, doing it a little bit at a time.
If they completely shut down BC's offense in the second half, which they did not do in the first half.
Jeff Smith gets the Eagles to midfield to the 49-yard line of Miami, bumped out by Zach McLeod. I remain very impressed by the play calling of Scott Loeffler in this offensive staff. Boston College, very creative.
28 runs, 24 passes, about 4 or 5 gadget plays already.
Anthony Brown, blitz coming, and he saw it coming. It was right up the middle, but he had nowhere to throw it. Coach Loeffler doesn't like that play. Jonathan Garvin and Pat Bethel had a meeting at the quarterback.
Now this is one Anthony Brown needs to get rid of. He's made really good decisions. He doesn't want to force a mistake, but sometimes the defense wins. If you can't get rid of it, just eat it like he did and live to play another down. 3rd and long, a good situation for Miami's defense.
Scott Loeffler said, I don't care if the fans boo. We're going to be conservative on 3rd down, not ignite the turnover chain. Kobe White spins down shy of midfield. Sheldrick Redwine, another tackle. And Boston College will punt.
The negative yardage plays, sacks, tackles for loss, that is along with turnovers, is what the Miami defense has, that just fuels them. They got it on second down. They forced the punt now on fourth, and they get the chance to give the ball back to their offense.
Grant Carlson to punt. Low snap, but he got it off. And a fair catch made by Jeff Thomas. At the 12-yard line, back to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts after this. 79 yards passing. A couple of double-digit yardage runs on that last drive of the half. And on 3rd and 11, Miami, a big conversion on the slant to Darrell Langham for 17 yards.
Really nice hesitation move by Langham, allowed the inside receiver to clear, and another quick ball out of the hands of Malik Rozier for the first down.
And another quick throw to Jeff Thomas. Could not take advantage of his ability there to run after the catch. Short gain to the 26.
This is the best I've seen Malik Rozier play. I mean, much better than what we saw in that opening game against LSU, better than what I saw on film, even coming in off the bench last game against Virginia. A very focused guy and very confident right now.
And they're falling in love with the slants, and with good reason. They're hitting them. That's Jeff Thomas for another Miami first down from their 6-yard line out to the 34.
The thing about those slants, Sean, is it gets out of Malik Rozier's hands before Wyatt Ray and Zach Allen and these outstanding pass rushers can get to him. He's not holding on to the football very long.
Like Anthony Brown, Rozier also a very good student in Miami. Takes the academics seriously. Homer dumped for a loss by Ray Smith. He has a degree already in sociology, working toward a second one in sports administration. Malik Rozier. DC rushes 5. They get to Rozier. Ball up in the air and still in the air. And snatched out of midair by Hamp Cheevers. And now he's inside the 25 and tackled from behind at the 14-yard line by Brevin Jordan. That ball was in the air forever. It looked like Max Richardson did the most for the Eagles to send it skyward as he hit Rozier.
Richardson and Ray were there. The ball was up in the air. Cheevers comes down with it. The first turnover of the game, and comes at a very costly time for Malik Rozier.
It's 5 interceptions already this season for Hamp Cheevers Jr. from Trenton, Florida, near Gainesville. Coaches said he weighed about 135 pounds when they started recruiting him in high school. And he's a solid 180 now, and tied for the national lead in interceptions with Grant Delpit of LSU. There's Jim Reed just to the left of the pole. Baseball cap clapping. 67 years young, still as energetic as anybody we've met with this season. Yeah. Head coach at UMass, spent 20 years up at UMass as an assistant and a head coach out in the western part of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Richmond, VMI.
Spent a couple years with the Miami Dolphins as well, coaching outside linebackers.
35 years of coaching. And very proud of his defense. AJ DIllion, the ball carrier, to the 10-yard line.
Well, we talked about the Miami defense thriving on turnovers. That was a huge get by the Boston College defense.
DIllion quickly talked at the top of the telecast about his quickness.
Yeah.
His fast feet at 250 pounds. He exploded through that hole. 3rd down, less than a yard. BC trying to add to a 3-point lead. Anthony Brown.
It's always on that second surge. Initially, there's good push up front by the Miami front. But Anthony Brown does a good job keeping those legs moving. I think he's going to get the first down.
I'm back in full confidence with our yellow line. Momentary hiccup. It happened to all of us. Frequently does up here in the booth. First and goal, BC.
Scott Leffler has done a beautiful job calling plays. I think play action here on first down. Miami's going to be thinking run. It might get a tight end in the end zone open.
Design roll, Brown in trouble. Open receiver. Don't know if his arm was hit, but it certainly was impeded with the defender, Mike Smith, fifth-year senior backup linebacker, coming at him quickly.
Well, Sweeney's right here. Now he's going to purposely take his time. Hold, then try to slip out to the backside. And Anthony Brown just couldn't hold the ball long enough to wait for him to clear. Good idea, just not enough time to execute the play.
The toss to DIllion, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. Sheldrick Redwine up from the secondary and with plenty of help, including Shaq Quarterman.
Yeah, Redwine did a perfect job. Watch Redwine set the edge. He's not going to let DIllion get outside. He's going to force him back inside, and that's where Quarterman was, and then other white shirts. But Sheldrick Redwine did the job of keeping him to the outside and forcing that ball back in.
Big play here, third and goal from the 5. With 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Anthony Brown looking like he might get pressure from both sides. He does, and from the middle, quick slant, and it is broken up, intended for Kobe White and defended by Trajan Bandy.
Trajan Bandy is one of the leaders of this secondary. First year as a starter, plays this slant perfectly, gets his hand on the football, and again, the matchup of corners against wide receivers in this game favors Miami. They get in that definite passing situation on third down, and Miami has the edge. Nice play by Bandy. Great job by Redwine on second down, and then Bandy with a nice play on third.
There's Colton Lichtenberg, tough angle, 22 yards, no problem. BC with Lichtenberg 2 for 2 in field goals tonight. And leading by 6 midway through the third. On Red Bandana night here on the campus of Boston College, 5th annual Red Bandana game in honor and memory of Welles Crowther, a hero of 9/11, lost his life while saving at least a dozen others. Former BC lacrosse player, class of 1999. BC's won 2 of these Red Bandana games. They've lost 2. Had a tough time against Miami over the years. The Canes are 24-5 all time against BC. Their rivalry goes back to the days of the old Big East, and now together in the ACC as well. Ooh, tough kickoff. It almost hit out of bounds off the foot of Longman. And I guess they're going to say it hit DJ Dallas and then went out of bounds. And look at this field position for Miami, their own 3. Rozier to DJ Dallas, who found a hole off the right side, got wrestled down by Max Richardson at the 10.
DJ Dallas is a little bit bigger than Travis Homer. Homer's a 205-pound back. Dallas is a 220-pound back. That's why he's in there at this part of the field.
DJ, a sophomore from Dallas. Both he and Homer moved up the depth chart last year. Rozier swung down for a loss behind the line of scrimmage by Isaiah McDuffie. Mark Walton, fine running back, injured middle of last year, so Homer moved up to number 1. Dallas really played very little prior to that happening, and then he was an excellent compliment to Homer on their way to a 10-win season.
Yeah, smart with the football right here by Malik Rozier. He's been very good throwing the slants in these kind of situations, something that the ball can come out quickly.
He's 12 for 20, but as Todd said, lack of the big plays in the passing game, just 107 yards passing, very few attempts even down the field. Trying that slant again, and it was one time too many. Tajamir Torres with another Boston College interception, their second in this quarter.
There was two things that happened here. There was pressure inside. Watch the pressure get right up into the face of Malik Rozier, so he's not able to see clearly. And then as he throws it, Torres jumped the route of Jeff Thomas. He guessed right on the slant because they've thrown a lot of them, but the inside pressure forced a weak throw, and Torres was there for the interception. 2 possessions in a row in their own territory deep. The Boston College defense takes the ball away.
Second interception of the season for Torres, senior from Amherst, Massachusetts, about 2 hours west of here. And great field position again, set up by the defense. AJ DIllion, touchdown, Boston College.
Well, here's the 2 things that we talked about. Quickness to bounce it outside and speed to outrun McLeod. Watch him just bounce from here outside. McLeod is a 3-year starting linebacker. He bounces out and then he outruns him. Quickness to get to the bounce and speed to outrun him to the end zone. AJ DIllion now with 127 yards on 20 carries. Welcome back, says Steve Adazio and Scott Leffler.
Colton Lichtenberg. The extra point. 2 interceptions by the BC defense, leading to points here in the 3rd quarter. Tajamir Torres sets up the touchdown run. 14 yards for AJ DIllion. It's a 13-point BC lead.
BC running back AJ DIllion has overcome some adversity tonight. He got up gimpy on that last possession, but that time after the interception, a nice touchdown run. His mom told me that coming up from adversity is no big problem for him. He's done it his whole life. She said his sophomore year in high school, the list of best running backs in Massachusetts didn't have him on it. He cut it out, put it on his wall, and the next year he said, I will be on that list. His junior year of high school, guess who was #1 on the best running backs in Massachusetts? AJ DIllion. He knows how to set a goal and go for it.
And as a result, he became a national recruit. Originally committed to Michigan. Kickoff goes out of bounds. Under 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Malik Rozier pulls it down, turned it into a nice gain, got about 8, chased out by Ray Smith. Down by 13, DJ Dallas, a gain of 2.
I think if Miami converts this 3rd down, I think what they need to try to do is maybe go a play action pass with maximum protection and try to throw the ball deep down the field with great protection. They're not going to be able to block Allen and Ray with normal 5-man protections, but if they go 6 or 7-man protection, I think they'll have a chance. But they've got to convert this 3rd down first.
7 out of 13 on 3rd down. Rozier, good fake to DJ Dallas. Lots of running room for Malik Rozier, and a 1st down out of bounds at the 22.
Really nice job by Rozier. He read Wyatt Ray right there, number 11. That's who he's reading. He sees Ray kind of go down the line of scrimmage, get out of position, and makes a good decision to pull that football and run for the 1st down. 60 yards rushing now for Rozier.
After a 21-yard gain on that play, he's averaging 5.5 per carry. Jeff Thomas, he caught it. It looked like he expected to find a defender there immediately. Did turn it upfield and was tackled by Will Harris after a pickup of 8.
Very, very important for Miami to capitalize on the turnover again. That their defense sets the table with the turnover. Their offense on the move now. Got to capitalize with a touchdown. Down 13.
Final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Flag down, Rozier down very close to the 1st down. Tanner Carafa, defensive tackle and a starter, made the tackle.
Offside defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty, results 1st down.
It's a defensive back, cornerback Tajamir Torres. Offside, that'll give Miami a 1st down inside the 10.
Well, we've already seen Malik Rozier early in the ball game in this part of the field throw one up to the corner of the end zone for his big receiver. He's got Cager, he's got Langham. Mismatch on the smaller corners. Might see that coming out to start the fourth quarter.
End of the third quarter here at Alumni Stadium, Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. The Red Bandana game and the Eagles leading 27-14. An important ACC game for these two teams, trying to keep their conference title hopes alive. A loss wouldn't be fatal, but it would make it really tough. Malik Rozier doing his part tonight with his feet finally down in the arms of Connor Strahan at the 3-yard line.
Toughest part of the field to execute and come through here. There's no first down. You're inside the 10-yard line. You got to score. Nice job by Rozier. He's made good decisions running the football tonight. A couple bad decisions throwing it, but running it, he's been on his game.
Rushed for 66. His career high on the ground is 84 last season against Virginia Tech. DJ Dallas, the tailback. DJ Dallas to the line. And driven back by Zach Allen.
Zach Allen again, he plays a little bit of everywhere. He's inside, he's outside. This time he lines up inside. He's right in here, and he's just going to slant to the inside, get rid of the block. And once he gets you wrapped up at 285 pounds, you're not going to move him forward. DJ Dallas now in the Wildcat.
Scored a touchdown earlier out of this look. And might be the same play. They had him by the shirt and couldn't get him behind the line. But they stop him at the 2. And this might well be 4-down territory. A field goal, you're still down by 2 scores.
That was a beautiful play by Connor Strahan. He didn't get the tackle, but the run-through linebacker at least slowed him down. Watch number 13 run through, and he doesn't get the tackle, but he slows him down just enough to allow Zach Allen to wrap him up and get the tackle. Now Malik Rozier back at quarterback.
Still 4th down and goal. Keep playing this game, perhaps in the season for Miami, hoping to defend its Coastal Division title. To the end zone, up for grabs, and Langham could not hang on. He got walloped at the end of it by Will Harris, and Langham is still down.
Well, first of all, it was a beautiful play by Torres. He got the ball out, and then Harris just came to clean up and make sure. Torres, number 24, really fought and did a beautiful job getting the ball out. And then Will Harris came in and hit him with his chest, but Torres with an outstanding play.
Well, now Boston College with a win tonight to get the bowl eligibility for the 5th time in the last 6 years. The defense held on 4th and goal, and now AJ DIllion gets BC a little breathing room to the 6.
23rd carry on the night. Again, his first game back after a 4-week absence. Missed 2 games in a bye week.
Important to mention as well that during the commercials you were watching, there was the ruling of no targeting on Will Harris. So no targeting. He'll remain in the game. And that's big too of the night toward next week, because they have a big game at Virginia Tech next on the schedule.
He would have been out for the first half of that game had there been a targeting foul. So much relief on the Boston College sideline.
They're not used to playing without him. This is his 37th career start, 46th career game. Senior Swanee, Georgia. AJ DIllion. Ooh, that's the kind of hit you worry about. Around the ankles, and he bounces back up after getting chopped down by Trajan Bandy.
Boy, really nice block by the tight end on the edge there. 86, 84, both guys getting out, and that's a tough tackle. And again, it's not a dirty tackle by Bandy. You got to go low against a big, powerful back like that.
DIllion again.
And now BC, even though they are a tempo team, they're not going to play with tempo right now. The clock is on their side with a 13-point lead. Now they're going to milk the clock the best that they can, and yet keep their aggressiveness once they do snap the ball and call the play.
Haven't done much on offense in the second half. Here's Brown. Nice call, beautifully executed. He's across midfield and wasn't content to go out of bounds. He got about 5 or 6 more by staying in.
Well, this is the Dillon effect. Nobody expected Anthony Brown to run the football. Watch the whole defense go with AJ DIllion. Everybody's going that way. They're playing man-to-man on the tight end on that side, and nobody at home for Anthony Brown when he keeps the football.
43-yard run. He's playing a big-time game tonight with his team. Trying to get bowl eligible. Keep their hopes of
Timeout. Miami.
ACC
30-second
title alive. Still have Clemson to come here to the Heights on November 10th. Timeout Miami. AJ DIllion for Boston College. Michael Pinckney to stop. Miami will use another timeout.
Timeout. Miami. Their third and final timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Here's a guy I think we both agree, you know, it's a program heading in the right direction. It wasn't long ago they didn't win a game in the league. They went 3-9. Zach Ellens, I remember our first year. Nobody thought we were any good. To be where they are now.
Well, and I think they have an identity now. I think they know what they want to be on offense. They know what they can be on defense, what they can recruit to.
We've always had great offensive linemen. They can recruit tight ends, so we'll play these multiple tight end sets. DIllion stopped. And he said, we think we can get a thrower. Of course, they have an excellent history of quarterbacks here. But here's the year by year. You know, winning seasons, but like all fan bases, they want more. There is a relatively new athletic director here, Martin Jarman. But I think he's got him heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
Now, that being said,
well, their
a lot of this talent on defense is leaving.
Yes.
And the schedule remaining, I mean, 6-2 is nice, but you look at who they have coming up. At Virginia Tech, Clemson here, at Florida State, and then the Harvard of Central New York, Syracuse University coming here to wrap up the regular season. Wins are going to be hard to come by.
Well, I think that's why that 6, getting to 6 tonight was so critical for them, because it is their best start under Steve. It does signify that they've got things going, you know, off of the momentum of last year, continuing this year, and it was a winnable game.
Grant Carlson punts. Didn't want to risk a return. They did an excellent job angling that one out of bounds. Highly scientific process here. I always love this part of football. Can Miami do it, and do it quickly? Down 2 scores, just more than 3 minutes to go, no timeouts. Brevin Jordan swung out of bounds by John Lamont, who helped Miami stop the clock. It's going again now.
We talked about how important winning this game for BC. It was just as important for Miami. A great opportunity for them coming in here as well.
Rozier checks it down to Travis Homer, and he gets swung forward by Isaiah McDuffie. Gives him the first down to the 29, but under 2.5 to go.
After this game, Miami's got 4 consecutive games against ACC Coastal opponents. They were still in a good position to get to the ACC championship game.
Ooh, through a crowd and incomplete. Looking for Brevin Jordan. Yeah, they got help last night. Heading into last night, Virginia Tech was the only undefeated team on the Coastal side, which is Miami's side, a division the Canes won for the first time ever last year. Georgia Tech knocked off the Hokies. And there's the schedule, as you said, remaining for Miami. We'll have to go to Virginia Tech. Jordan, a 2-yard gain. They've been doing this all night, but 2:04 to go, throwing the ball 2 yards, down by 13, isn't going to accomplish much.
Well, and at this point, it's different because now BC is saying, hey, we're going to keep 2 safeties deep. We're going to rush 3 or 4. We're going to force you to throw it underneath. I think they were choosing to throw underneath for most of the game. Now that's pretty much all that BC is going to allow them to throw. Maybe
clock run, snap the ball. 14 seconds on the play clock before they even snap it. Wyatt Ray bats it down.
This has to be a special game for him. He's from Boca Raton, which is the same hometown as Mark Richt. Knows some of these Miami players.
He doesn't get as much attention as Zach Allen, but one of the reasons each of them successful because the other guys are the other end of the line.
That's exactly right. I mean, if you want to pay special attention to one of them, the other one's going to bite you.
Ray had a 4-sack game in their win at Wake Forest. Is that a catch? The BC sideline says no, and the officials concur. Intended for Jeff Thomas. Brandon Sebastian takes over. And Miami's hopes of repeating as Coastal Division champs take a big hit here tonight.
Long throw, left hash to the right sideline. Sebastian gets in there and knocks the ball out. I'll tell you what, this BC secondary, even though they're kind of undersized, Jim Reed was right talking about them. They are feisty.
And they're talented.
Yeah.
They've done a nice job, this coaching staff, building up the talent. And they've really benefited. You think of who they've had coaching the defense here this year. Don Brown, such a great job here that he went to Michigan and is widely regarded now, if not the best defensive coordinator in the country, one of the best. Paul Pasqualoni was here. Last year, he went to the NFL, back to the NFL with the Detroit Lions. And now you have Jim Reed with 40+ years of experience. And he loves these players. He said, I'd be proud to have every one of these guys as my son. And, you know, you look at how sound they were tonight. You know, they're always in the right place. Nobody's wide open. There are no busts. They're in their gaps. You know, it's a well-coached defense. And a huge win for Steve Addazio, 6-2 for the first time in his 6 years as head coach here. The hug from Brian White there at the beginning, running back coach, who coached Ron Dane at Wisconsin. And we saw him in the hallway yesterday. I coached Ron Dane. Let me tell you something. This AJ DIllion is a stud.
He knows one when he sees one, that's for sure.
149 yards rushing for DIllion. And Mark Richt now 5-3. And dating back to the end of last year, 5-6 in their last 11 games. So Boston College will win on Red Bandana night for the second straight year. 149 for DIllion on 32 carries. In his first game back from a high ankle sprain. Anthony Brown threw for 152 and a touchdown, ran for one as well. Here's Holly Rowe.
Well, Coach, it's the first time under your leadership that your team is 6-2, but what makes it more significant that it was done on the Red Bandana evening? Well, the Bandana game means everything to us. You know, it represents Welles Crowther and his ultimate sacrifice for others, to save others. And this university's motto is service for others. So as a BC man, he represented all this, and our team felt so honored to be out here and to play this game and to be able to do this for the Crowther family and everything that it means. So it's special. AJ DIllion was back in the lineup tonight. How does he help your team more than just running the ball in what it allows the defense to focus on? Well, I mean, it's just, you know, they got to put so many people in the box to stop them that a lot of other things open up for us. So it's really, you know, just he's one of the best players in the conference. And when you have a player like that, it makes all the difference in the world. So, but I thought our team played so hard today, though, across the board, our defense, our offense, our special teams, they just competed. I'm proud of them. Coach, thank you so much. We like sharing this this night with you, the Red Bandana night. It's always special.
I'll tell you what, I appreciate it, and it's great to be with you guys. It is a special night. It's a special night for college football, and so I'm glad that we're a part of it as well, and thrilled to death that we're 6-2.
Thank you, Coach.
Take care, Holly.
Thanks.
And he's happy just to be healthy. He was very sick a week ago tonight. Actually spent some time in the hospital with some sort of food-related illness. And there's the Crowther family. Jefferson Crowther, Welles' dad. Great night of football just getting started. Utah versus UCLA still to come here on ESPN. For Holly Road, Todd Blackledge and our great crew led by Phil Dean and Scott Johnson, Sean McDonough saying so long from Chestnut Hill on this very special night.